Groups. If you are feeling particularly adventurous, why not make up an indoor bonsai forest? Surprisingly, this can be done fairly inexpensively. Seedlings of varieties of fig are readily available in most garden centers. Ficus or figs is particularly suitable for this treatment as it is tree-like anyway. It is also easy to repot and train at any time of the year. The ideal number of trees for making your first group is 5. It is difficult to make up a natural looking group with even numbers of trees such as 4 or 6. Always put the taller trees towards the front of the group. A bit like taking pictures. When you take a picture, you put the tallest people in the front or at the back. Always put the taller trees towards the front of the group. This will give perspective to your group by drawing imaginary lines both from front to back and from side to side. You'll be able to avoid the error of putting 2 or more trees along the same line. When you have balanced your trees to your satisfaction, it is time to start planting them. Choose a shallow wide pot for your group. Large deep pots are not suitable. Cut pieces of plastic mesh over the drainage holes. Lay a thin layer of sterilized grit or gravel at the bottom of the pot. For bonsai trees in shallow pots, no special compost is necessary. You can use a compost that is soil based like John Innes No. 2. Lay a thin layer of compost over the grit. Flatten out the root ball of your trees as much as possible. This is done by very gently teasing out the roots so that they lay towards the sides of the trees. If necessary, you can prune some of the roots. Position your trees. If you are careful and the group is unlikely to be knocked or disturbed after planting, then tying in should not be necessary with indoor groups. Add compost all round the root balls, and with your fingers press this down so that it is just below the lip of the pot. Having smoothed off your compost, water very gently with the fine rose on a watering can. In order to encourage the trees to establish themselves, you should give them a little bottom heat. People often ask how they should treat groups when it comes to repotting. Firstly, allow the group to become almost pot-bound. After this, the roots of all individual trees will be intermingled. When repotting, you should be able to lift the whole group out as one. You now treat the group as a single tree. Root prune by removing approximately a third of the root ball around the sides and underneath. The only variance of normal root pruning is when some of the individual trees are some distance apart. In this instant, you can also cut out segments of root much as though you were cutting a cake. Next, we should talk about rock plantings. Thank you very much for listening. Shukran lak.